All right, what's going on, fellas? So in today's video, episode 3, we're going to be talking about how do you sell an AI sales agent for at least $10,000 upfront, not including the rev share that you guys also want to be charging on the back end. Now, the first thing to mention is this isn't me telling you to sell something that hasn't already been proven within the market. You guys would have seen hundreds of different ads, maybe not hundreds because a lot of people can't actually pull this off, but you would have seen a good amount of ads that basically showcase these AI sales agents calling, local businesses leads, booking in appointments for them. It's absolutely crazy. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to leave an example right here.
Hey, is that Jones?
Yeah, it is.
Perfect. It's Sam calling from a BC remodeling. Did I catch you at a good time for a couple of minutes?
Now would be fine, yeah.
Amazing. So I just saw you filled out a Facebook form for an ad that we put up that was showcasing our kitchen remodeling services and just wanted to call and see if that was something you were still interested in doing in the near future as opposed to it's a couple of months from now.
Yeah, so I saw the ad and I was thinking about, potentially getting some work done. Just fitting a new kitchen and stuff like that.
Perfect. So what we usually do is run through a couple of questions to figure out a little more about what is it you're looking to get done and sort of go from there. Does that sound all right?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. How long would it take?
That's a great question. The length of the project really depends on the scope of work, but I can definitely get into more details on that later.
So now you get a gist of exactly what it is that I'm talking about. I want to showcase to you why this is going to be the quintessential thing that you guys start selling in 2025. The beautiful thing about AI is it operates without you. You just need to build a system around it, but not only that, understand how to sell it, because I've seen so many people sell this incorrectly and they're asking questions like, Shamar, if this is so valuable, why isn't it selling itself? The first thing you have to understand is it does. The second thing you have to understand is you're using the wrong angle. So without wasting any more time, guys, we're going to jump straight into this video. It's going to be packed of ridiculous amounts of value, and hopefully, you guys enjoy it as much as I do. So with that being said, let's jump straight over to the screen right now. All right, fellas. So how to sell AI appointment setters or sales agents for upwards of 10K minimum. So the first thing you need to understand is this isn't going to be for every business. Not every business will be entitled to see the value in what it is that this AI sales agent can actually do. What I usually tell people is the ideal persona for businesses that you can sell this to is businesses that are doing at least 30K per month, businesses that have large sales teams, businesses with no sales teams, businesses paying out 10K plus worth of commissions every single month, and businesses paying out 10K worth of salary every single month, and businesses with ineffective sales processes. So you don't need to have a business that has all 6 points. You just need to have one of those points. And this is where the AI sales agent could come in and add a bit of efficiency. One of the first concepts I want to start off with before I even get into this quick walkthrough document is this statement, guys. You aren't going into these businesses to change everything that they've always done. You're going into these businesses to add more efficiency to what they're currently doing. If they're converting 1 out of 10 leads for whatever reason, the efficiency that you're going to do and when you actually go into their business is increase that by maybe every 3 leads you convert out of 10. That's more so what you guys need to understand. So look, this infrastructure becomes easier to sell the more successful the business you approach with it. Understand this one principle, guys. They don't care about the features of the AI sales agent. They care about the potential of what it can make or save them. Too many times I see people talk about, yeah, this AI agent can make 10,000 calls a minute. This AI agent can reach out within 30 seconds, which is all great. Those are features of the AI agent. But if they're already making $1.5 million a year or $5 million a year, they don't care about that. Give them the stuff they actually care about. You do not sell the features. You do not sell the benefits. You do not sell the done for you approach. You do not sell the ease of integration, and you do not sell the system. Instead, sell the potential in saved and earned capital. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Most people would use the table below as a means to pitch the value of the AI agent. For example, 5,000 calls a minute, 13 cents per minute, no commission payouts, no training required, no deviation in standard, no sick or off days, versus 1 call per minute if you have a sales agent. They're entitled to sick days and off days. There's monthly commission payouts. They think it's enough to do a cross comparison. It isn't, because what these business owners will be thinking to themselves is this: Well, if I'm already doing this and I'm making 5 million a year, I don't need this. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, why would I mess up my entire SOP just for this if I can do 5 million a year with this? So it's not a big enough factor for these guys. What you need to understand for these bigger businesses is this: they are not prepared to change their entire system that has taken them to the level that they're currently at just because of the efficiency factor. It can make 5,000 calls. It can replace an entire sales team. There's no time and energy spent training new SDRs. You know, it's not a big enough motivator. The breakdown of how most people sell this offer is this. And if you're in this position, it's okay, because I'm going to show you guys how you should actually sell it. The angle that most people use is this: use an AI sales agent or rep to book appointments on autopilot. The justification for that is an AI agent can handle 10,000 calls, it has no accent, it doesn't need to be trained, it doesn't get sick, versus hiring a VA or a sales rep from the Philippines or a different country with a strong accent, someone who complains, whines, needs to be trained, they get sick, they have off days, they fluctuate in their standard. And then on top of that, they try to financially justify it by saying you can either pay $6 an hour for this AI, or you can pay $18 an hour for an English speaking VA with no accent. It still needs to be trained, it still gets sick, and it still needs to be managed. That is not a big enough angle to even sell this thing. But Shamar, what is wrong with that? It looks like a no-brainer to me. They don't have to train them, they don't have to worry about sick days, and they're saving $12 an hour. So to everyone, that makes an immense amount of sense, until it doesn't. Because why wouldn't a business say yes? For a business that's doing 50, 70, or even having 100K months, it is not going to change its entire process just to save $12 an hour. It's that simple. Comparing this infrastructure to a unit cost of an hour does not show its potential. And I want to explain that to you. Let's forget about the economics of what the air fryer can do for a home. For example, save gas and different things like that. Let's actually talk about you're trying to sell this air fryer, and you're telling people, instead of using your oven, use this air fryer. It cooks food 8 minutes faster than using an oven. The friction to change their entire process and utilize a new one is greater than the potential of what the thing can do. For example, the effort, the energy, the friction required to implement the air fryer versus the benefit of implementing the air fryer, there's a disconnect. There is too much friction, energy, and effort required just to achieve this result. Why would they change their entire process just to cook food 8 minutes faster? Most people would say, you know what, I'll wait the 8 minutes. I don't need to cook food 8 minutes faster. That's the same ideology when you approach these multi-million-dollar businesses and saying, hey, save $12 an hour instead of hiring a new SDR or a sales rep, hire this VA. No one cares about that. The friction to change their entire sales process that got them to that figure versus saving $12 an hour, it's not correlated, guys. So you're not sure what to do right now, and I'm going to explain how you should sell it. This is how I would sell this offer. I would directly compare it to your average sales rep. And let's use solar, for example, and you'll see the difference. Remember, this isn't being sold to your average Joe. Instead, to the big dogs in their industry and what they're spending every single year. So let's say the average solar rep, or the setter rep should I say, was being paid in a few scenarios. And this is done with extensive research, speaking to people that actually do appointment setting in the solar industry, going on Reddit, seeing different people's salaries, different things like that, right? So the base salary on average, let's say, is $500. The commission they get paid is $100 per appointment and $450 per sale after the customers filled out the survey, for example. Most businesses clearing 100K months probably have 10 to 15 guys doing door-to-door, meaning the total base salary is going to be anywhere from 5 to 10K. And let's say these guys are knocking on 100 doors per day, booking three appointments minimum. The total commission based on the appointments that they set is going to be anywhere from 3K to 4.5K, because they're going to be booking anywhere from 30 to 45 appointments per week. And let's say the appointments that convert into actual sales is 25%. That is me lowballing it drastically. So that means it's going to be 8 to 11 customers. And we know after every sale it's 450. Meaning the total commission after sale would be 3.6 to 4.950K. So the total monthly payout for this solar business would be anywhere from 11.5K to 20K. And the total yearly payout would be 140K to $250,000 basically. We do not compare this to the unit cost of an hour. We compare this infrastructure to the yearly cost. The pitch angle that I would use is this. You could either spend $250,000 on 15 guys to make $1 million or two, not even including the cost of sales, or would you rather pay $50K a year for 5 times the output? The difference is when you pitch $250,000 in efficiency for 8K or 10K, it becomes a completely different story. They're buying $250,000 worth of value, not buying $12 less an hour. That's the difference, guys. Understand that you don't want to compare a high value entity with a low non-desirable metric. Instead, you want to compare the value of what this can do to the status of where this business currently is. They're caring about how much they're doing every single year. So when you pitch $250,000 in efficiency for 8K, 10K, 15K, 20K, 25K, then it becomes a completely different story. Asking a business owner, would you rather spend $250,000 on 15 guys to make $1 million, or would you rather pay 50K to make 5 times the output? It's a no-brainer offer, guys. That's what you need to understand when it comes to selling this system. People are using the wrong metrics and thinking it's justifiable enough for these businesses to comprehend it. They don't care about saving $12 an hour. They don't care about having a bit of inefficiency if it means they're making 5 million. But if you directly compare the capital that they're going to save from this on top of what they can make from this on a yearly basis, it becomes a no-brainer. Not only would they remove those 10 to 15 guys, they'll remove $250,000 in expenses. And on top of that, they're getting 5x the efficiency. That is how you want to sell this infrastructure. Don't compare it to a VA, because it can't be compared to a VA. Don't compare it to, a monthly cost. Compare it to a yearly cost in the potential in terms of the capital that you can either save or make a business. So guys, hopefully that sort of makes a little bit of sense in terms of how I would sell this AI agent. Any questions, just comment down below. Look out for episode 4, which should be dropping very, very soon. And yeah, guys, I'll see you on the other side.